Good morning, beautiful people. Welcome back to another video. Oh my gosh. So I had my alarm on and I was already 5 minutes into the video and the alarm went off and I guess it stops the video when the alarm goes off. Oh my god. Anyway, I was discussing in the video that I'm not going to get upset about anything because it just gets you more upset to get upset. It does more hurt than good because you're already upset about the situation, and then you being more upset is just draining and taking away more time that you could dedicate to like more productivity. Again with this freaking Stanley Cup, I forget that I don't have much strength, and I close the lid all the way to avoid spillage, but then I can't freaking open it because I have no strength. Please, let me not have to hurt somebody today. No, bro. I don't like the freaking lid. Hold on, I'm getting this lid open. I don't care. Ow. It hurts. It freaking hurts. I can't. Okay, I guess I'm not getting it open. Good morning. That is seriously good coffee. Shout out to me. Anyway, I was talking about how my parents are in Mexico and they're not answering my calls. I know that in my dad's village in Coapan, Nayarit, there's very little reception, so I'm assuming that's the reason why. But then also when they're in vacation, they're like, this is not a vacation, but like they're taking care of some administrative issues with there's some of the properties they own over there. But when they're in Mexico, they're kind of like just enjoy their time there because like I was discussing in the previous video before it got cut off. As you get older, your siblings are not as close. I'm lucky where they are close to me. I can visit them, pretty much anytime. I live with one, and then the other one lives like next door, and then the third, she lives like about an hour away, which is not bad, like less than an hour away. So I don't have that issue, but I know that my parents, their siblings are in another country, like Mexico, and one of my dad's siblings is in another state in the country, across the country, on the other side of the country, in Georgia. So when they see their siblings, it's very special because they don't see them that often, and so as they get older, the time becomes more valuable for obvious reasons. And so I just feel like, any chance they get to reunite is a true blessing. Excuse me, I have trouble getting my words out this morning. It's just early. Okay. But yeah, I'm just happy they're over there. I'm not gonna try to bug them. I know they'll call me when they can. It's May 1st, and the deposit still hasn't come. Oh my gosh, it's supposed to come today at 6 p.m. We'll see, because your girl is broke, and that is not good. Yeah, it's Wednesday. I still have to get through the rest of the week. So yeah, the mosquitoes started last night. Oh my gosh. Summer's right around the corner though. The weather is beautiful today. It's just perfect. I love this weather. You can still wear a hoodie. It's not too hot, but it's breezy and like comfortable, dry. I love it. So yeah, I was talking about how I don't like to badmouth previous employers because it is a small world, but I'm not going to use names because I did find some information that I would like to discuss about my previous employer. So I remember in one of the videos that I made, I told you that I was being gaslit. I was being told that I wasn't good enough at a certain areas, but mind you, they had me training in those areas, and I did it well enough for the people that I trained got promoted. And they kept asking me for information about the training that I provided, and I helped them throughout their employment there to become a very successful employee. Um, so when they told me that I wasn't getting a raise, I was just shocked because so were my trainees, and they got raises. And mind you, they got hired with a higher income salary than I was started at. And they told me their income. They had no problem telling me that. And I was shocked at the number they were making. It was like $5 more an hour than I was making. And then to top it off, they got a $2 raise during the 1 year mark. And I was just like, wait a minute, what? And they told me, no, we can't move forward with the raise. You have a lot of areas to improve, but we believe in you and we think that you can achieve a raise, but you're not there yet. I was just like, wait, what? Even my coworkers were like, that's ridiculous. Like, I don't understand. How do we got raises and you didn't? And you've been here longer and you trained us. Make it make sense. Anyway, I'm not gonna get into that because I started noticing, because as a paralegal, any work that you do, you sign this paper at the end of the document that you submit to the court called a proof of service. And the person who prepared the document has to sign it. Mind you, it's my name. So every time that I signed a proof of service, I would sign my name. And they would tell me, oh, you're submitting such and such document, use that correct proof of service. There's a template or an example of previous employees that worked here, in this folder. So what I started noticing when I started using examples for paperwork that I was filing for the court at the proof of service is that there were a lot of names, like different names, like Karina, Janelli, Lisette, and I'm like, oh, damn, there's been that many employees here. Because then also another thing that you do with the name is you also date it, the date that it was signed. So I started noticing that it wasn't that long ago that those people were here. Mind you, it was before my time, so I never met them. But I started noticing that there was a lot of people that got, like, I guess, fired and were no longer there that worked for that office. And when I got there was other employees there. And 2 weeks into my employment, I remember the day very specifically. It was me and two other employees in the office. It was a boutique office. By boutique, I mean small. And they just got pulled into the office. And then I saw them come out with tears in their eyes, collect their things, and then they were escorted out. They took away their parking permit. And I'm like, what the hell's going on? Mind you, I didn't get no explanation or heads up about this. Then, like an hour before my shift was closed, they pulled me into the office and they said, oh, we want to explain what happened. Like, yeah, these people were like bad-mouthing us and we can't have that. We're disappointed. They've been here so long, da-da-da-da-da. And I'm like, wait, what? So then I was the only employee there at that office for like 3 months. Mind you, I came in, opened, I left, I closed. I did more work because I had to pick up the slack while they interviewed more people because they were very picky about who they hired. And so they took a while to hire people, but I was just like so frustrated because I just wanted anyone to work there already to help me out. Mind you, I love these people so much that I was willing to stay and like work harder for them because I did love them that much. And I realized and I learned from this experience that your employers should just be your employers. It shouldn't be like a family type of situation because they're never going to treat you like that. They could gaslight you into thinking that yes, you're family, but at the end of the day they're looking out for their business and themselves. And so should you. You should go in there like with the approach of this is the way that I make my income, but not with like I'm here to make friends, I'm here to have like a family connection, because you have your family, you have your friends. Lean on those people, your village, and not try to have people from your office do that for you. So here's the tea. So I don't know if you've ever seen that movie Get Out. I think it's by Key and Peele. It's a Key and Peele production. Go ahead and look up those directors. Basically, in that movie, there's a scene where the guy goes to the girl's room and he realizes that she's had so many ex-boyfriends, and she kept pictures of them, and he's like going through all the pictures, and he's like, wow, like she's had all these boyfriends, like what the heck, and he realizes that they've all had the experience he's doing, like meeting the family and stuff. That's how I felt when I was going through these proof of services. I was like, all these girls have worked here before. Mind you, when I started working there, I worked in a specific area of law, and I learned a lot about the laws. One thing I learned is that after 6 months of working there at anywhere, you start to get you qualify for what's called a workers' compensation claim. A workers' compensation claim is basically like you have a right to sue, or not sue, but like file a claim against your employer for any like stress or psychological injuries, physical injuries that you have working there. So anything from like carpal tunnel syndrome to like a headache, to stress, to loss of sleep, to change in diet, your gastrointestinal issues, things of that nature. You can actually sue for that. But you have to be there, you have to be working there for 6 months. So I started noticing that these girls were being let go like every 6 months. And I was just like, that's a strange deadline. So I started realizing like maybe they're firing these people because they don't want them to reach the 6 months where they're qualified for like a claim, you know what I mean? So when they denied me my raise, I had reached the 6 month mark. And I was just like, is this such a coincidence? Like, am I getting fired next? Like, are they trying to push me out because they don't want me to, also file a claim? Or I don't think like that. I never think of like getting rich quick. You know what I mean? I've always just worked hard and like stayed in my lane and just done the work that I need to do. But I guess lawyers are paranoid people. They always think that people are out to get them, that everyone's going to try and sue them, that people are trying to get money out of them, so they just don't trust anyone. Yet they steal and lie and rob people. I've seen it, and I've worked for many attorneys, so I know that they do that. Mind you, I did like these people a lot. They had a dog that came into the office every day, and I bonded with the dog. I felt like I was like a good employee, and I think they felt that I was good too. But I'm telling you, I felt gaslit. Tell me why. And mind you, I found this job on Indeed. Tell me why today I'm going through Indeed and they're hiring for the position that of the person that came in to replace me, and they were offering him the same salary. He didn't last, and sure enough, he got hired about October. So October, November, December, January, February, March, April. How many fingers is that? Exactly. So this is the thing that they do. It's so clear as day. Every 6 months they get rid of people, and I'm just like, wow. They probably told him the same thing they told me. You're not cutting it, you're not good enough. Yet he's been doing that, because I've talked to him, that guy, the employee. I've talked to him, and he's been doing that for like, I think 5 years. So he was really good. He was really good. But there was things he didn't know. He was asking me, but he was good. I'm pretty sure they gaslit him too, and was like, you're not good enough. You're not pulling your weight. Da 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 da. I'm telling you, there's people out there, the psychological abusers, that they will do that. They'll gaslight you into thinking that you're not good. That's why you should always go off your gut instinct when it comes to an employer, or even in a relationship when someone is telling you, you don't love me, you don't do this for me. Like, it's manipulation. They're trying to get you to do what they want and trying to use your low self-esteem against you, telling you you're not good enough, telling you that you're close but you're not there, that if you tried harder. Yet they're not fucking perfect, and they're not willing to accept any criticism. It's funny how they can dish what they can't take, right? I'm telling you, I had to get out of there. And this is just literally, this is just the ads that I saw looking for people means that they fired everyone again. And this just confirms what I was thinking, and it makes me know that I wasn't crazy, that I wasn't making this shit up. And that's one thing that I get frustrated with, is when I tell people like what I think is going on, and they're like, no, I think that you're just like paranoid, or you're no. And then there's the evidence. So it's like, I'm not crazy. Like, this is what's going on. Here's another example of what I was just talking about. Mind you, I'm so glad I got out of there. I'm so happy where I'm at. I've been doing so good. I did get another rejection, but it wasn't my fault. It was the paperwork that they turned into us. So I am in communication with that customer, and they are going to fix the paper, and I'm going to resubmit. But I had one more come back as rejected, but it wasn't my fault, so I'm good. But I'm so glad that I left, and I've learned, and I'm telling you, people, do not let your job be your village. You know, your job is just a way for you to get income. That's it, okay? If you do connect with people there on a deep level or whatever, that's your decision. If you want to go ahead and build those relationships. But I'm telling you from experience, don't trust your coworkers. I have had situations where I've told them things about employers that I don't really agree with, and they've told them. And I'm like, bro, what? Like, I was telling that it was between me and you. Like, why would you go and tell certain employer that I think we don't get enough breaks or da-da-da-da-da? And they're like, well, you didn't tell me not to say anything. It's like common sense, you know? Like, if I'm talking to someone and, you know, my boyfriend doesn't know about it, why would you tell my boyfriend? And you're like, well, you didn't say I couldn't tell him. Like, that's such a weak excuse. Like, you should know that. Not saying that I have done that. I'm just saying, like, you should know that. Like, don't throw me under the bus to make yourself look good. But I've learned from the past that that's my mistake. Like, you should always just be professional, and that's it. You know, your job is your job. And your family and your friends are your family and friends. That's separate. And you should have that boundary, you know, because it's important to establish a professionalism. And crossing those lines, like dating someone in the office, that's a no-go, because then you get into that gray area where like you're kind of like forced to be nice to people because they're your friends. But then like the professional side you might be their boss one day. Who knows? You might be promoted and you might be their boss, and it's not really fair that you're their friend and they're going to use that against you. Like, why didn't you give me a promotion or this and that? I'm just using an example. Don't ever mix those relationships with your work, because it can get you in trouble. Anyway, this video has gone long enough. I did just want to go out here and tell you guys that tea was good tea. Hope you guys have a good day again. My friend Sebastian was teasing me because I try to inspire people. I try to motivate because I need that. Okay, so I always talk to people in these videos how I would want to feel like when I watch something, like nourished, you know, take something away from it. I'm not trying to how do you say, flood you with inspirational quotes or anything like that. I just love you guys. I really appreciate you watching my videos. If you are, hit the like button if you are. But yeah, I just hope y'all have a good day. Like I said, I'm always here for you. If you ever need someone to talk to, or if you need a favor, just hit me up. Your girl is here. But yeah, that's all for today. Have a great day. It's beautiful. Smile, y'all. Smile.